It's a Manchu. Welcome to Divergence SMP. Everyone that plays Minecraft knows there's a big update coming that will give new reason to explore many of the existing structures in the game. And like many others, I find myself reluctant to explore those places before the update. If I'm going to find any new armor trims, I have to wait. If I hope to find those buried ruins and play with the archaeological mechanics, I have to hold off exploring new areas. There are still a few things I can do to prepare for the update now, one of which is something I haven't messed with in a long time. Collecting mob heads. It's a thing that you've been able to do for a long time, but there hasn't been much point to it. With 1.20 update, there is going to be a point to it. Mob heads will have a new use. And most of those mob heads I'll be able to collect right now before the 1.20 update. The only exception to that is piglin heads. That's not a thing that I can collect yet, but the other ones I can. I already have wither skeleton skulls and a few dragon heads, but I can also get skeleton skulls and zombie and creeper heads. And how do I do that? Well, with the help of lightning, which has weird magical properties in Minecraft to convert mobs into something else. When a creeper is struck by lightning, it converts into a charged creeper. A charged creeper makes a bigger explosion, but also when a mob is killed by a charged creeper, it drops its head. What I'm going to do is make a farm for the specific purpose of collecting mob heads. This farm is going to be similar to the general purpose mob farm I made for Silly a while ago, but I have some ideas about some improvements I can make to make it work even better. One thing I'm going to need to improve on this farm is turtle eggs. And I forgot to check to see if I had any. But fortunately, there's a few turtles here. If I could get them to swim up here. Come on, guys. Surely you can see me. Get up here. What is your problem? Come on up. Come on up. There we go. Oh, I hate it. 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 I hate the 1.18.80 update. I hate it. I hate it. Can I go on a little rant here? With the 1.18.80 update, Mojang decided to introduce some bugs that are in Java Edition and put them in Bedrock Edition for the sake of parity. One of those bugs is that when you feed mobs, it doesn't make any noise anymore. Just like in Java Edition. And I don't give a damn what anybody says, that's a bug. Don't tell me that's as intended, that mobs don't make noise when you feed them. That's a frickin' bug. That's broken. And they also added the Java Edition bug to Bedrock Edition that horses no longer fit in boats. Again, that's a bug. You can't convince me otherwise. That's a frickin' bug. They couldn't be bothered to add the building on the nether roof bug to Bedrock Edition. No, they got to add the bug that nobody wants, including people that play Java Edition, to Bedrock Edition for parity's sake. This is not the parity anybody wants, Mojang. No. Bad developers.
Stop it. Get some help.
Although this farm is going to be designed to collect mob heads, a lot of the principle of it could be used for a general mob farm. I'm going to have a minecart running underneath to collect the drops. The mobs need to end up in a holding cell until I can use a charged creeper explosion to get them to drop their heads. That holding area needs to be made of obsidian, because a charged creeper explosion is going to be a big explosion. Put a lightning rod here. Making a charged creeper requires striking it by lightning. To strike it by lightning, I'm going to use a lightning rod. I've discovered in testing this out in a creative world that if I have the lightning rod above the creeper, it won't work. It has to be at least on eye level with it to have the lightning strike actually turn it into a charged creeper. So that means I need to put the lightning rod down a ways. The explosion itself will destroy the rod, but I can always replace it. Now I'm going to build a drop chute leading to the holding area 15 blocks high. The first 8 or so blocks will be of obsidian. Above that, I'm probably not going to have to worry about the charged creeper exploding causing any damage, so I can switch to other materials. This is the top of the chute. It goes 8 blocks this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It goes up 1. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes up 1. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. Let me check that. 7. Goes up 7. Might as well put the water down right there now. Make sure that runs correctly. Right to the edge, and it'll push the mobs over. Perfect. I'm just about finished with the channel when I realized that the top of the walls need to be spawn-proof somehow, so I decided to change out all the deep slate blocks with glass blocks so that nothing will spawn on the wall itself. When the mobs spawn on the spawning platforms I build, they're all going to get pushed into a 3x3 pit that'll drop onto a platform that I build here, which is 5x8. 5 blocks wide, 8 blocks long, and there'll be water streams at one end of that that push all of the mobs into that channel. Since I'm working on a realm here, I am some distance 4. The AFK spot where I'm going to be standing most of the time is at Y107. The floor of the holding cell is at Y109. And the bottom spawning platform is at Y132. So I build up the walls of this pit to Y132 and work from there. The spawning platforms are 21 blocks by 21 blocks, counting the outer walls. And there's going to be a 5x5 hole in the center of each platform. I had this kind of working diagram that I made up and put it on graph paper. I'll try to put up an illustration of it, and maybe you can make sense of what this is from the image. When I made the mob farm for Silly, one of the problems I said I was going to have is baby zombies. I didn't know how the heck I was going to get the baby zombies to fall into the pit trap. And I think I found the solution to that. A turtle egg. Zombies are attracted to turtle eggs. They'll try to go over to a turtle egg and stomp up and down on it. So I can put down a turtle egg right in the middle of where the pit's going to be and use trapdoors to fool the zombies into think they can go over and stomp up and down on it. However, to get that to work, there has to be at least 2 blocks height, empty space, above the turtle egg, so the zombies can think that they can jump up and down on it to stomp on it. So if I made the ceiling here the height that I normally make it, there isn't enough headroom and the zombies won't go after the egg. And extend the scaffolding out 1 block over the edge, like that. Another issue I'm going to have with this farm is obviously spiders are not going to be able to fit through that hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place powdered snow on the corners. The spiders should climb up on top of the scaffolding and get pushed over to the powdered snow and then freeze to death. That's the plan. Now I need all of those ice blocks around the edges to melt and turn into water sources. The best way to do that would be to simply place torches on top of each of the ice blocks, and that will melt them, and when they melt, the torch obviously will break and wash away. But I don't routinely carry torches on me. I usually just have end rods all the time now, so I use end rods, which means after the ice melts, I have to break the end rods and recover them manually. Alright, so there's just one problem here. This is how I would normally do it, but if I put the egg on top of that block there, then there's not 2 blocks clearance above that turtle egg, so it won't actually attract any zombies to it. That means I need to put the egg up a block higher, and as a result, this whole platform needs to be a block higher. So I just essentially have to add another layer to this level. I build a total of 4 platforms, each level with a turtle egg to draw the zombies, and especially baby zombies, into the pit, with powdered snow at the corners of the pit to dispose of any spiders so they don't clog up the works, and a solid roof over the top of the whole thing. Okay, now, as this is the roof, I don't need to make it 2 blocks thick, but I still need to have enough clearance up above. Make sure this is lit up well enough on the roof that nothing will spawn up here. It doesn't look like much right now in this weather, but I don't want to sleep because I need to wait for a thunderstorm. I have a trident enchanted with loyalty and channeling to use to get the lightning to strike the lightning rod. I had assumed that I needed it to be a thunderstorm for that to work. I only figure out sometime later that in Bedrock Edition, no, it just has to be raining and the channeling enchantment will work. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works in Java Edition. It must be a thunderstorm in Java. But in Bedrock, as long as it's raining, the channeling trident will work. Okay, let me have a look up here for a minute. If I throw a trident with channeling and loyalty at that, lightning has struck! It is a thunderstorm! Now, I don't know if I can get a good look at these guys because I just want to look over there and see if one of those creepers is charged. I can't tell. I think my lightning rod might be too high up. I gotta look at that. Oh, shoot. Just gotta be careful. Yeah, that might be too high. I gotta put it there. It's got to be head level for it to work. So it didn't set it off. So hopefully it's still lightning going on. I got to wait for a creeper to drop in. One just did. Okay. Now let's climb back up here. I had to lower down that lightning rod a notch. I'm not hitting that lightning rod. Now the rain has stopped, the sun is out, and the mobs are just dying. I gotta wait for another lightning storm. That could take several hours. Well, one thing I can do is fly up here and get a better look while there's actual daylight. Get a look at my farm in all of its glory. I just need it to rain. I just need to wait for it to rain. I'm annoyed that I put the lightning rod too high up, because I knew it had to be head level or lower. Head or foot level would be good. Get a nice view here. Oh, I gotta be careful though. Skeletons might shoot me. But I can get a view of the parade of mobs coming down here. There should be creepers among them. And occasionally some string from spiders that are getting killed in the powdered snow. Yeah, there's a creeper there. I decided to spend some time at my home base working underground in a quarry for deep slate when I heard a thunderstorm and I had to race back to the mob farm to hope it would last until I got there. I probably should have just hung out there, but because I've been spending so much time awake waiting for a thunderstorm, well, phantoms were starting to appear and they became a problem too. Okay, I made it. There's a thunderstorm. I have my channeling trident. Need to get some mobs to drop in here. I think I see some movement up there. The zombie. Give me a creeper. I think I see a creeper. Come on down. We have creeper. All right. We also are going to have phantoms, which... Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, this is not convenient. The thunderstorm's only going to last so long. It could be over already. I can't even see the phantoms. I think the mobs might have despawned. Are they still here? No, they're gone. For piss sake. Yeah, because the phantom knocked me down to the ground, and the ground is, with sim distance 4, they're going to despawn. Okay, there's another one. There's a couple. Alright, I have charge creepers. I got hit by lightning a little bit there too, but that's cool. Now I have 3 charge creepers in there. I need the flint and steel. Oh, you know what? I put away all the slabs, didn't I? That's okay, I can make more. Oh, for piss sake. I have phantoms annoying me here because I've been up so long waiting for a thunderstorm. Yeah, just grab all those. It's fine. Okay, I got lots of zombies in there. I don't see any skeletons yet. But let's just set this off and see what happens. Now, in Java Edition, one single charge creeper exploding can only produce 1 mob head, no matter how many mobs it unalives. But in Bedrock Edition, I believe I can get a mob head for every single one of these guys. So let's set this off. And I have to reset those each time. That's fine. Let's see what I got from that. I have 5 creeper heads and 7 zombie heads from a single explosion. That's pretty awesome. Alright, so I reset the slabs. Now... Oh, you know what? I think the thunderstorm is over. No! I was messing around, digging in my quarry, and it was way far away from here. Yeah, the thunderstorm's over. Now I have to wait for another thunderstorm. Hey, I got creeper heads and zombie heads now. I'm not satisfied with that. I want more. That's still going to be the one drawback to this farm. I'm dependent on a lightning storm. I have to have a lightning storm happen, or I'm not going to get anything. Although, technically, I could just, you know, swing my sword at these things and get a lot of drops from them. It does double as a legit general purpose mob farm. But that's not really what I made this for. I made this to get myself those sweet, sweet mob heads. I'll just hang around here for a little longer, and I'm going to wait here, right here, so when a thunderstorm happens, I'll be here, and I'll have more time to collect mob heads. Alright, I don't know if I have any creepers in there yet. Let's see, is there a charge creeper in here? There is. And there's skeletons. Alright. We're back in business. This time I was waiting here when the thunderstorm happened. And quickly, quickly, quickly get out these slabs. I got some skeleton heads. And I'm hitting the mobs instead. Once the thunderstorm ended already. There it goes. Now I have a charge creeper. Let me let a couple more mobs jump in there. Oh, the rain's over. Oh, there's a creeper too. Too late. Alright, well, for the length of that thunderstorm, I get to use it a couple times. I'm kind of glad that in Bedrock Edition you can get multiple mob heads for every creeper explosion, because it takes time to set that up. I gotta replace the slabs, I gotta put the lightning rod back, because that every time inevitably breaks, and then throw another trident as soon as another creeper shows up. So it takes time, and I can only do it so many times during that lightning storm. But that's a pretty good haul. 19 creeper heads, 19 skeleton skulls, and 35 zombie heads. Getting lots of zombie heads here. But I think I can call this farm a success. There is one other mob head type which isn't available yet. You can't get them until 1.20, and that's piglin heads. When that time comes, I'm probably going to have to make an entirely different farm for that, because I can't get piglins to the overworld. I'm going to have to bring a charge creeper to the nether to get those piglin heads. But that's a problem for another day, after 1.20. I am pretty happy with how this farm came out. I have to say that it would probably be a lot harder in Java Edition, where you're only getting one mob head for each explosion instead of all of the mobs dropping their heads. All the people on Divergence SMP are content creators, and you can check out the link in the description to see some of those other creators and what they're up to. One of those people being Silly, who I helped make a general purpose mob farm similar to this one. This has some improvements over it, but it might give you a little bit more details about how a farm like this is supposed to work. And check that out in the link to the left. And make sure to subscribe so you can find out what I'm going to do next time before 1.20 comes out. And Amon chooses Divergence SMP.